Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Okay, so I was on Twitter, X, whatever, about what, a day or two ago, and I was like, why is this person even popping up on my timeline? And then I remembered it's probably due to Housewives. So, Martina Navratilova, I will mess her name up. I knew who she was before she joined or before Julia became a cast member on the Real Housewives of Miami. My best friend loves tennis, and so there have been a few times where we'll be hanging out, even out of town. And if a tennis match was on, he would, stop what he was doing to watch the tennis match. So I always knew who she was. Didn't keep up with her. Don't keep up with tennis at all. Um, so when I saw that she was joining the show due to Julia becoming a housewife, I was a tad bit excited. And then plus, I think that they were the first lesbian couple. I don't know because I don't watch all of the franchises. Um, but it was a lesbian couple. So I was like, oh, we got some kissing lesbians. We got some kissing lesbians on the show.
What about your lesbian relationship, bitch? What about it?
Baby girl said that we was gay, girl. We was kissing lesbians, girl.
So I thought it was cute. Martina just kind of would give me, set in her ways, stern. Um, I didn't get any negative vibes from Martina. She just kind of gave me like stern, set in her ways. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, if your ways are horrible, it is. Um, since then, some things have come out about Martina and the way that she thinks. Well, this past weekend has not been any differently than the past couple of years. So, Martina, this is according to, I couldn't go, she thought she was slick. I couldn't go find the tweet because she had started retweeting a lot of stuff. I think to try to distract from what she had already tweeted out because she started to catch some heat. But the reality rundown posted this, and they also had a screenshot of the tweet. I was kind of upset at myself too because I'm good at screenshotting stuff to save it for a rainy day, and I didn't screenshot, so I'm slipping. So, anyways, so someone put Sienna Rogers new egg donations are young women aware of the risk. I reveal cross-party MP concerns. Women's bodies are being commoditized. And then Martina, girl, Tina responded and said, surrogacy is just wrong. Sometimes you can't have it all, girl. Martina and Julia are lesbians. Martina and Julia just adopted two babies. Now, I'm not watching Miami. I started watching and then I stopped. They say the babies are black. I'm going to bring that back up in just a few minutes. It is absolutely insane that you have a lesbian on Instagram who just adopted not one, but two babies at her old ass age, along with her wife's old ass age, but then has the nerve to say that surrogacy is just wrong. Sometimes you can't have it all. What if someone told Martina and Julia, the lesbians, that you just can't have it all? Even though when you and your wife go in the room and bump puss and scissor, a baby ain't gonna come that way. So it ain't meant for you to have it all. I know that adoption and surrogacy are two different things. But it can definitely come across as insensitive to people who may not just be able to have kids on their own. And so they may have to go or may not be able to birth kids. Or for whatever reason. It could be a gay couple, it could be a non-binary couple, it could be a heterosexual couple. But for whatever reason, someone has chosen to go the surrogacy route. I don't understand how Tina, who just adopted two kids at the ripe age of 70. How old is Martina? Let me see how old this heifer is. Hold up. Because she's old. And I'm not trying to sound like an ageist, but the fact of the matter is, girl, she old. Martina is 68. Girl, hold up. The life expectancy is 76.4 years. Martina damn near got 1 foot in glory. Hello? And the other one dangling, the other one dangling, and one is already up there. And she got the nerve. She be adopting kids at 70. I'm surprised they even let them people adopt kids. Can we just go ahead and be honest and have some kitchen table talk? How the hell did Martina and her wife adopt two kids at their old ass ages? I don't know anything about adoption. Shout out to the kids for finding a family that that will love and cherish them. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But shout out to the kids for finding a family who love. We hope that will love and protect and cherish them. But I did not. It never would have crossed my mind that someone that old would be able to adopt kids. And then on top of that, they say they're babies. Girl, not like not like you taking on foster kids who's 17 about to age out the system and ain't got nowhere to go. You know, something like that, or however foster care works. But like brand new babies. They say the babies are young. I think probably like 1 or 2. I don't know. They're still young though. But I think Martina sounds ignorant. Like when I saw this, I literally wanted to curse Martina out.
You're a dummy, bitch. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody need you.
And the gag is, girl, not only are you saying something that's just ignorant, now I need to know what's going to happen at this reunion. Because how do you think Andy Cohen had his two kids? There are people out there from Candy Burris to Kim Kardashian to Andy Cohen who have had to go the surrogacy route. For whatever reason, whether it was due to I can't carry the baby because I just can't, I can't carry the baby because I don't want to mess up my body, I can't have a baby because I'm a punk, and I need somebody with a uterus, girl, to make it do what it do. Because this pussy ain't no uterus. And no matter how much I go in the bedroom and bend that nigga over, he ain't gonna never have no baby. I think Martina sounds stupid. I think she sounds stupid. I think she sounds ignorant as hell. She's one of those people that when you get to a certain age, they're stuck in their ways. Like I said, girl, you could tell she was one of those people who was stern and probably stuck in their ways, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing until we realize it's a bad thing. Martina to get on the internet and say, what did she just say? I want to make sure I got it right. Surrogacy is just wrong. How is surrogacy wrong? Girl, it's girl, like out of all the things that Martina could use her platform to say was wrong, she's saying that surrogacy is wrong. I could even try to get on board, even though I don't believe it. If Martina said, "I think it's wrong for people to," I know that I wouldn't even be with that because I was about to say, and Martina said that it was wrong for women not to want to mess up their bodies, but I don't believe that. I even believe in that, y'all. I believe that if women don't want to mess up their bodies and they have the coin or whatever, the necessities to go get a surrogacy, I don't blame them. Girl, I have a bitch. I done gained 10 pounds and I done damn near had a fit over here. Okay, so just imagine, girl, the weight some of y'all ladies be gaining during pregnancy and trying to get rid of that shit afterwards. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, bitch. I wouldn't fuck my body up either for no goddamn baby. Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it.
I'm dead ass serious. Get somebody else to carry the little motherfucker because I ain't carrying them. Now I want to love them, but I'm not gonna carry them. Okay. But no, for real though, I think Martina sounds ignorant as hell. I don't even know how she even. And then, like I said, when I tried to go back and tried to go back and find the tweet, because I also wanted to see what was she saying to people who were calling her out. Because I remember someone called her out, and she kind of like stood in it, and I kind of like, girl, I was like, ain't nobody worried about no Martina. That bitch sound crazy. And I thought about it. I was like, no, Martina. Martina reminds me of that person who forgets who she is. You know how like you have those gay men. Cause we talking on wigs tonight. You know how you have those gay men who feel as though because they are more masculine presenting than other gay men, are those gay men who don't like trans women. So they try to remove themselves from the conversation, even though we know that being gay is not the same as a trans person. Your sexuality is not the same as your gender identity. However, it doesn't matter because when people who don't like gays or lesbians or trans, they put us all in the same boat. As far as they concerned, girl, we all some faggots. Whether you a lesbian, gay, trans, non-binary, non-gender conforming, it's all the same thing to them. But you have those people who try to remove themselves from the equation, or they think they're better than the next person because they may be more masculine, excuse me, or, you know, whatever the case may be. That's what Martina reminds me of. Martina reminds me of that person who doesn't look at herself, even though she's a lesbian. I don't look at myself through the lens, or I don't put myself in this category. So when I say stuff like surrogacy is wrong, even though I just adopted two kids, I'm gonna also say sometimes you just can't have it all, even though me and my partner just adopted two kids. Like, bitch, we could literally say the same thing for you and Julia. Sometimes you just can't have it all. So why did you go and adopt those two black kids? I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and I'm not gonna take it back. I hope, girl, it's all about optics. I hope. I'm not saying that's why I didn't want to review Miami because I already knew the conversation we was gonna be having down over here. So I'm just gonna tap on it and I'm gonna be done. I'm not saying that the girls are racist. I'm not gonna say they're Karens. I'm gonna say the optics are what they are. And when you got the black girl over here and all the others over here, it looked the way it looked. It might not be the way that it looks, but it looks the way that it looks. And while you got Julia and Martina over there with them two little black boys, I hope they ain't got them black boys outside sleeping in that goddamn farm. Because I don't trust them bitch. See right now. I don't trust Martina. I don't trust Julia. girl, they had them kids out there sleeping in the goddamn farm. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Martina, girl, you sound a mess. That's all I have to say. Martina sounds a mess. You're trying to remove yourself as if you are better than. Girl, you are a lesbian who just adopted two kids, but have the nerve to talk about someone who goes a surrogacy route. We know that surrogacy and adoption is not the same thing. girl, it's pretty much, girl, at the basis, girl, people who want kids. You know what I'm saying? Like at the base level, it's still people who adopt is probably because they want kids. Not necessarily all the time, but they probably want kids if you're going through I'm just going to just say for today, people who usually go through the process of adopting, they sometimes want kids. Now, I guess I can't say that because I've heard of some horror stories of people who adopt kids and don't do right by the kids. So I'm going to say sometimes people who adopt kids, they usually want kids. Sometimes people who go the surrogacy route sometimes want kids. At the base level, it's still people who usually want kids. So for her to act like what she just did is just so far like removed from girl people who go the surrogacy route is just weird to me. I'm tired of talking about that white woman. Girl, I'm done. Girl, fuck Martina. I hope her and Julia, girl, don't come back next season. Then I might tune in and watch. Quiet as it's kept, they need to get rid of a couple of them hoes if we're gonna be honest. No, not really. They could just really get rid of Julia, honestly. Everybody else can stay. And they can bring Dr. Nicole back and get rid of that new girl who I see y'all been dragging online. What's that bitch named Stephanie? They say they say she was fucking a nigga who she married to. He was married to somebody. She was girl, I don't know, girl. God, let me stop telling people business because I don't even know if it's right. You see how y'all get me on the phone? Y'all get me on the phone. I start gossiping and shit, saying shit that might not even be right. Girl, you know girl, you know they said she fucking that nigga. Girl, no, girl, they said no. Girl, they said that no. I'm telling you, sister, listen, listen. Sister, what they said was the nigga was already with somebody. And then supposedly she came in and she started fucking him, girl. Yeah, they say he had a whole nother girlfriend or wife or something, girl. That's what they said. I'm telling you what they said. Girl, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know who was fucking who. I'm just telling you what they said. Who was fucking who? Mm-hmm. So this is according to the neighborhood talk. Leangelo Ball's new wife, estranged wife, Rashida Nicole, calls out his ex-wife, Miss Nikki Baby. They were married. Nikki Baby. I don't know. I don't know if Nikki. I didn't know Nikki and Leangelo were married. I thought they just had kids together. Anyways, so this is what Rashida had to say. I went to her story and Harriet and took a screenshot. I was really trying to chill because I'm pregnant, but I'm so tired of this bitch keep talking about me. So let's talk about it. It's giving obsessed. You are so focused on blaming me for y'all problems. He decided to leave. Like he decided to leave your ass too. Girl. Girl. The first person I heard say this was Funkin' Neva, girl. The quickest way to lose a man is to have a baby by him. Girl, as soon as your ass got pregnant, girl, he went to the courthouse and divorced. And girl, now he want to divorce your black ass. You like that's the thing, girl. Girl, he wanted to leave. Girl, he decided to leave you too. I do not mention you, nor do I care. This lady has harassed me the entire time behind the scenes, trying to have people call me to girl, have a heaven baby, wishing death on my unborn child, and so much more. I'm done. And just a PSA, my due date is in December, so again, y'all do the math. Thank you for all the free promo though, while I'm baking this beautiful baby. Girl, girl, the promo, girl, y'all. Can I say something? Rashida's a pretty girl. She is. She's a little simple minded, but she's a pretty girl. Girl, like the promo that you're getting is people are calling you a home wrecking hoe. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm calling Rashida that, but that's what the girls were calling Rashida online. Like y'all be wanting promo for the wrong stuff. Let's say you's a Jezebel. Let's say you got that Delilah spirit, girl. Thank you to all the negative, miserable people for your expert opinions and comments because you know what's going on in my life better than I do. How could I ever forget? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because I know I am. Let her cook. I'm just loading up. So I guess she about to try to get some child support. More than likely, girl. I mean, girl, it is what it is. Listen, at this point, Miss Nikki, baby, you was a fool because you got with the nigga when he was like 23. Leangelo was young as hell. She got with him when he was 23. That still does not excuse him not knowing that if you put your raw penis inside of somebody's vagina and release, that you can have a baby. This is his third baby, from what I understand. So he knows at his big ass age, even though 26 to me is still relatively young. To me, it is. It's still old enough to know about the birds and the bees. And if you don't know about the birds and the bees, even at 23, 21, girl, even 18, then girl, you need your ass whooped. So Nikki, you was a fool for getting with that young ass nigga in the first place. But Rashida, we not gonna sit here and act like we forgot when all the shit hit the fan. You low key was online fucking with that lady, and I think she was going through postpartum. See, you're not gonna get like we can call Nikki stupid, but we can also call you late and through too. And then we gonna drag Leangelo for being an ain't shit nigga. But we definitely don't feel sorry for Rashida. We definitely don't feel sorry for Leangelo. And quiet as it's kept, I don't feel sorry for Nikki either. I don't feel sorry for none of them. Because all y'all motherfuckers do. Nikki, you knew the nigga was young and you still wanted to be with the nigga. Rashida, you knew the nigga wasn't no good because you see how he treated girl. Miss Nikki, baby. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. You knew about the Yelp reviews. You chose not. You chose not to listen, pay attention, girl. And now you over there with food poisoning, girl. Rats running around the goddamn girl kitchen, roaches, girl, all in your goddamn food because you already knew it was rats in the kitchen and roaches in the food. But girl, you didn't pay no attention. You said I'm gonna have a better dining experience, and girl, your dining experience is the same. Girl, we don't care. Girl, in the words of Kaya,
do we care? No.
Martina is the definition of a rich white woman. She's a quintessential white woman, the quintessential rich white woman who believes that the rules apply to everybody else except for her. Because again, and I hate to keep repeating this, but there is a difference between surrogacy and adoption. But at the base, girl, is usually people who want kids. So how dare you, at your big ass age, 1 foot in the grave, have the nerve to turn around and say that surrogacy is wrong and you can't have it all when you just adopted? Somebody could literally say the same thing for you. Girl, and quiet as it's kept, there are a group of people out there who believe that just because you are a kissing lesbian, that you shouldn't have access to kids. All right. So, Young Thug, let me just say something. I'm not a supermodel. I'm not. Um, I've never claimed to be. But Young Thug is one unattractive person. I don't know how that lady lets that man climb on top of her. She looks him dead in his face. Maybe she closed her eyes. I hope she do. Anyways, Young Thug's attorney, this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Young Thug's attorney files a motion to modify sentencing in ongoing YSL case. So Neighbors Young Thug may not be done with the courts just yet. Last week, his longtime attorney, Brian Steele, filed a motion in Fulton County Superior Court seeking to modify the rapper's current sentencing terms. As of now, details of what changes are being requested remain unclear, but Steele is asking for a formal hearing. According to the filing, Georgia law allows a 1 year window after sentencing to request a modification. The motion reads, Young Thug respectfully requests a hearing on this motion, and at the conclusion of same, asks this honorable court to grant the above requested relief and modify Mr. Williams' sentence. If you recall, back in October 2024, Young Thug entered a non-negotiated guilty plea to several charges and pleaded no contest to two of the most serious gang-related offenses. He was sentenced to 40 years with 5 to serve in jail, but received a commuted sentence with credit for time already served. This allowed for his release shortly afterward. The rapper is now serving 15 years of probation with strict conditions. He must stay out of Metro Atlanta for a decade, with exceptions for things like funerals, weddings, or family emergencies. He is also restricted from associating with co-defendants, except for his brother and specific contractual dealings with Ghana, and must undergo random drug testing and cannot possess a firearm. Thoughts? Girl, my thoughts is I think he's trying to get his black ass back down to Atlanta. Where does he live at now? I'm assuming LA maybe? What, LA? Decatur? I mean, I would assume Decatur. Decatur, that's a good, that's a good question. Is he allowed, like, would he be able to move to, like, Duluth? Like, nowhere Atlanta Metro, right? Is that what it means? He must out of Metro Atlanta for, okay, never mind. Girl, listen, it's 3:10 in the morning, okay? Girl, so he can't be in Atlanta basically. No, well, the surrounding areas. Okay. So I don't know where he lives. I'm assuming probably LA. I'm assuming. I don't know. I think he's just trying to get back to Atlanta. And based off of some of his tweets, remember when he was online saying that Kid Cudi was a rat? I said, girl, you would think that a nigga who, girl, was just in the court fighting for his life, got 15 years of probation, would be the last person online referring to somebody as a rat. I said, these niggas ain't gonna never learn. I think he need to sit his black ass down and be still. He gonna end up in jail. These niggas will never do right. I do believe this. I'm about to say something that might sound problematic. I do believe that anytime they give folk these extended lengths of probation, I do believe they know that these niggas ain't gonna do right. Because if you think this nigga about to walk a straight and arrow for 15 years, you are sadly mistaken. I think sometimes they do it intentionally just to get them back in jail. I do. I do think that. 15 years. The nigga wasn't doing right before. Okay? That's what I be thinking. But I guess if you do right, okay, baby. If you live right and do right, you ain't gotta worry about no shit like that. Okay? Anyways, shout out to the boys and girls on probation though. I'm not judging y'all. Shout out to y'all. You know. Hopefully you learn from your mistakes. All right, y'all. I'm about to try to put this video together, and then I'm gonna watch a little bit of TV, and then I'm going to sleep. It's 3. What time is it now? It's almost 3:20. 3:13. That's what time it is. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.